Good morning. I am getting ready to, about an hour, getting ready to go to the funeral I mentioned to you all in a previous recording. And I wanted to be very careful with my selection today because not only do I want to be comforted, I want to comfort others should we embrace, and even if we're just sitting near each other. So while I always tell you that I wear what I want to wear, when and where and how, I'm going to use some different wisdom today because of the sensitivity of the environment that I'll be in. And I'll also be very strategic with the amount of fragrance that I'm going to apply. So I'm going to go with the primary of oils today and then top it off with one specific fragrance, and I'll tell you what those selections are. So I've got 3 brown sugar babe oils that I'm going to be wearing. Here they are. That sounds so goofy. I feel like I'm Vanna White trying to show you the stuff. Hold on. It's goofy. I chose to wear, and I don't remember the exact title, so please pardon me. I want to say one of them is called Vanilla Whisper. That is their interpretation of vanilla powder. Really beautiful fragrance just as a standalone. It's one of my absolute favorites from their collection of offerings. I'm wearing that along with Endless Love. That is, I don't know the formal title. I want to say Amor Infini. One of the collaborations that AI the Great did with Navi 2's fragrances. I'm wearing the oil for that, Endless Love. And I'm also wearing Halo. I think that's Brown Sugar Babe's answer to Valaya. I'm not sure if it's Valaya Exclusive or Valaya, but I'm wearing all 3 of those oils together because I knew that I was going to apply it like 2 hours before I leave. And not that you won't still smell them, but it won't be as fresh of an application. So that also was deliberate. And then I'll share now with you the fragrance that I'm putting together with those 3 oils. I do aspire to get vanilla powder one day, and I'll get a sample of that before I do because there is a fragrance by Khadlaj, and this is called Fursan White. So I'm going to show you the bottle. And this, not only is the bottle so beautiful, the fragrance on the inside of the bottle is just as luxurious. If this is what vanilla powder smells like, and I've heard many people say it, I remember watching Abby at the Cherries TV, she mentioned that, wow, it's such a close likeness to the original that you can get a lot of satisfaction from just the Fursan White. So I think because I enjoy that fragrance so very much, I'm going to eventually get a sample of its scent split and try the fragrance for itself and, perhaps engage in getting the original. I don't know about getting the extra. We'll see. We'll see how the land lays. This is not a priority. Once again, I just wanted to share with you what I'm wearing today. And yesterday, I had a migraine, so I did not do any recording at all yesterday. And I want to show you what I wore yesterday because I just was not feeling very well at all. I think I've shared with you all before, when you wake with a migraine, those of you all that have had them, sometimes they can last a lot longer than you anticipate. There's really no way to know in advance. Sometimes I'll start off by taking a portion of the medication I would typically use to ease the pain, but sometimes I'll just take, the required dose. But this one lingered. I woke at probably 6, and it didn't go away until 3:30. And so I just was not in the mood to record. And I think the only time I went out yesterday was when my husband and I went to get some coffee together. And so my fragrance choice at the time, I hadn't worn this particular one in quite some time, and I was reminded how much I enjoyed it. And it smells better now than it did when I first purchased it. And I'll get that one for you right now. Okay, so as not to misrepresent the brand or the name of the fragrance, I'm going to show you the bottle, and I will put in captions what the name and brand is. Here's the bottle. It's blending in a lot with my robe. So this, as you can see, I'm about halfway through the fragrance. This does not smell the same way it did when I first purchased it. I really like it now. This is kind of I think it was designed for the men. It's more of a freshie, but let me tell you, the longer it has sat, as Middle Eastern fragrances do, it has matured and it has really coming to its own. I really like that fragrance. It's not spoken about very much here on YouTube. Most people speak about its acquaintance, Kisa Delicious, a bit more. And there was another fragrance that went alongside that. It was a pink bottle, but I'll make mention of that again later when I go back and edit. But this fragrance I paired with Skin Potion Veil of Venus. And again, here are the beautiful ingredients that they put. I love the botanicals and different ingredients that they put inside their bottles. It's just such a, I love it. Maybe I'm just giddy because I'm just a big kid, but I love it. Veil of Venus to me was also very comforting, and I wanted something soft to wear. When you have a migraine, sometimes, at least for me, one of the things that can trigger it can be the pungent, abrupt nature of a scent, whether it's a pleasant scent or not. Sometimes that's one of the things that will trigger a migraine for me. In this case, I woke with it, so it could be, that's a different combination. I'm sorry, that's a different conversation, but this combination of fragrances was really, really satisfying, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I'll tell you what I wore the day before that, which was Sunday. Today is Tuesday. I wore these two fragrances I just shared with you yesterday, and let me tell you what I wore Sunday. And you'll see a video and another recording where I follow up with the feedback on that. So hold on. Sunday, I was feeling a little tired, even though I got up and went to the 8 o'clock service, because sometimes I just want to be around a smaller crowd. And even though there's a crowd, I just sometimes don't want to be, depending on how I'm feeling, I don't necessarily want to be around a whole lot of folks. So I was feeling tired, and sometimes when I'm feeling tired, I'll grab fragrances that are enriched with coffee. So I based it with, I'm trying to get rid of this fragrance. This is Eclair, Lattafa's Eclair. Still a beautiful fragrance, still gets a bunch of compliments every time I wear it, but I will be so elated when I'm finished with this bottle, because unless my desires change, I'm not going to repurchase it. Not because it's not good, it's just I'm past the desire of edible gourmands. I'm just not enjoying that right now. I paired it with Paris Corner's Eternal Coffee. Really nice fragrance. This by itself is a soft coffee scent. It's more of a latte, very cream filled coffee, not a black coffee, whereas this one by Theodoros, I don't have my glasses on. Let me just show you the bottle. Here it is. This is Coffee Addict. Now, I was watching Veronica Says, and I think someone told her it smelled like someone spilled coffee on her or something. She made the analogy of someone having spilled coffee, and that's what it smells like. If someone were to spill coffee on themselves, that's what it would smell like. And I laughed when I heard her say that, because I understand exactly what she means. However, this is coffee, and here's how much I have left in the fragrance. I probably won't repurchase this because I do want a more sophisticated profile of coffee. Not that this one isn't sophisticated, it's just this is hardline black dark roast coffee. I want something that's got this hard line but also with a little bit of sweetness, kind of like a combination of these fragrances together. And when I feel like it, I'll go into it, but I've got enough coffee fragrances right now to carry me around the moon. So I also added in my cookie butter, as I often do when I wear coffee fragrances, because this just adds to the base. This is Cookie Butter, Skin Potion, my very first purchase from Skin Potion, and here's the coffee bean. Cookie Butter. I finished my first bottle, and I vowed not to ever get this fragrance again unless it was offered in a smaller amount. And they had a sale one day, and I said, I do like that fragrance. Like, I bought 2 bottles when I initially purchased, and I gave the other one away, and I just finished my bottle. I said, you know what? I don't hate this fragrance, and it is enjoyable, especially when I'm wearing certain things. And I bought another bottle. So this is it's actually a good portion of the way through, but I have another one in my reserve. So Cookie Butter, if it has a 1 ounce offering, I will just purchase that one next time. I love my full size bottles, but this one is certainly going to give me the satisfaction I need for a 1 ounce, because it is so pungent. There's going to be no question about you being in the room if you wear cookie butter oil. You don't wear this one if you're trying to sneak around, because you'll be found out. Ain't going to happen. Just don't wear it. Just don't wear it. But that's it for now. I will come back later and share with you all the experience. And again, this is, when I say the experience, I'm talking about just how I'm feeling. I'm feeling a little melancholy about it. Not because it's a funeral. Funerals, I love when I go to a funeral and it's uplifting to the living that are there. Funerals don't have to be somber. They don't have to be heartbreak. They can be because you certainly miss the person or persons that you used to be acquainted with and be familiar with. But depending on, there's so many different elements of, if they were in pain, if they were taken away suddenly, or just so many elements to that type of a conversation I don't want to really get into. I'm just going to say that I enjoy the services that are uplifting. I don't ever enjoy leaving in the worst fashion in which I came. I like to be someone that can hopefully leave in a more uplifted fashion than I came in with, and maybe even encourage others with. So we'll see. Nevertheless, I was debating on if I was going to go to just the wake versus the funeral, but I find myself wanting to go to the funeral because there may be other people I haven't seen in quite some time. I'm kind of a low-key person, and it's just nice to be there for the family and others, just to comfort one another in this time. I don't know the cause of the person's passing, and it's not my business. I'm certainly not going to ask, and in reality, you're only going to know what they share with you anyway. I don't care if they were to give you the lowdown, top to bottom. You're only going to know what they share, and it's fine, because ultimately it doesn't matter. The loss is still a loss. And so I'm going to go get myself something to eat, and then I will return, because I would like to do some additional recording while I'm doing the binge recording today, and I'll just do editing later. So take good care, and I appreciate you always. Thank you so much. Okay, I am on the way now to the service, and it's not that far away from where I live, so that is a good thing. I am looking forward to that. It's funny, it's cold out here again today. The weather has just been going up and down, up and down, up and down. Today is absolutely a brisk winter day. So I am doing something I don't normally prefer to do, and that's ride in my coat or jacket. I normally don't do that. I put it alongside me and I just ride, but today I have my coat on. So I'm on my way now, and I found myself saying an additional prayer for the family and the members and other people that are attending, but particularly the family, because weddings and funerals are two of the most emotional full-day experiences that you could ever endure. And they're both very draining and emotion-filled for two obviously very different reasons. And yet they require an abundance of your time. Family and friends gather for both. There is a sharing of experiences for both. And the longevity requires you to be engaging as much as you can for both. It's just a different manner of communication, and it's tough. I don't envy them at all. I have been through both kinds of experiences. So on the point of fragrance, since this is a fragrance channel, this is vlog style, I do smell the vanilla powder. I want to say vanilla powder because that's what it smells like to me. This is Fursan White. It smells so good. It is just such a soft, sweet. This is one of those sweet fragrances where you can imagine the taste of something enjoyable if you had this in the form of a dish. It is not, however, an edible gourmand, and I don't know if you would even classify this as a gourmand. I suppose you could. I don't, and I won't. It is just so comforting to me, even if I'm the only one that gets a whiff of what I'm wearing. It is a comfort to me, and that's exactly what I was aiming for. So the fragrance is doing a wonderful job. I have on this coat, so my sweater, and this coat feels a little big. Hope I don't look like I'm wearing. Okay, scoot over, friend. Thank you. I hope that I have something positive to say about the fragrances. I really don't think that they're too strong. That's why I wore an oil. Although oils can be pungent, I think these are good selections. So we'll talk about that after the service. I'm gonna go ahead and chill and get my head right, and I'll holler at y'all in a little bit. Okay, so I'm getting ready to leave. I didn't stay for the service. I was able to greet the family and pay my respects. I didn't want to stay. It was enough. So I didn't stay and I left. But to lighten things up, I'll tell you a little bit of comic relief. It's so stupid. It's like a Seinfeld show. I went into the ladies' room to ready myself for, going in and to greet and to do what's to be done. And why why did my zipper get jammed on my pants? I'm wearing some pants that have the zipper on the side. And so oftentimes there's a loop that you can use to hang the pants. And these are leather pants, and that's probably why they're in there. If they were a more casual design, it probably wouldn't be in there. But I'm wearing some leather pants and they sew up on the side. There are no pockets, so they are true pants. And when I went to unzip, unbeknownst to me, the zipper and the loop inside that's to aid in hanging the pants, they met and now they're jammed. And so while I would, the internal desire is to pull apart, right? But then that can not only jam the zipper even further, it can take the zipper off track, and now you got a whole nother problem. And I didn't want to be there and have a wardrobe malfunction of the worst kind, even though my coat is from, the neck down literally to the soles of my shoes. That is not what I wanted to do. So I had to inch my pants down and then inch them back up again. And I just had to laugh at myself and how silly that was. But in a way, I'm glad it happened because it helped to take the edge off. It helped to take the edge off. By way of fragrance, I was comforted. I was comforted. It wasn't for anyone else. It was for me. And I am comforted by it. So I just want to tell you how the combination of the oils, and particularly the oil that pairs with vanilla powder, the other one was called Vanilla Whisper, and the Fursan White, those are what I smell the most prominent, although I do have on the Endless Love and I have on the Halo. What I'm getting wafts of is the Vanilla Whisper and the Fursan White. It is a comfort. It is a comfort. It is a comfort. So I'm going to go now home and continue with my day. It's going to be all right. It's going to be more than all right, because if you got breath, then you still have time to handle your business. So let's go get it. Talk to you soon.